St. Charles County School District is taking issue with a student's sweatshirt.
Davis got the idea from this guy, Danny Duncan.
He's a rags to riches story.
Heavily. He's very reckless, which I like a lot.
He doesn't give a.
But IRL too.
In real
Like
life.
it's not just the videos, dude.
Danny is the most off-the-wall creator, out-of-pocket individual on YouTube, hands down. Whether he is launching his friends off the side of bridges with airbags,
2, 1, go. Oh.
blowing up cars, or riding mopeds down the streets of Hawaii, Danny gets millions and millions of views on all of his videos.
What I'm saying is this. Yes, Danny Duncan, that would be great. Danny, if you're watching this or see this clip.
We watched him too.
Let's do something.
Yep, we watched him too.
He's great.
It wasn't always this way for Danny. He grew up in a small town in Florida called Englewood. Growing up there was a struggle for him and his family. His mother and stepdad were alcoholics, all while not having much money and being on food stamps. Almost 10 years ago, Danny started his YouTube career at the age of 21. He uploaded his first ever video on a channel called Danny Duncan PT. PT is short for physical therapy, where he would help skateboarders stretch out and do different exercises to help them with strength, as he felt there were no workouts or help for athletes behind skateboarding. Danny eventually moved to LA to continue his career with physical therapy, as he believed most skateboarders ended up moving to LA to continue their pursuit. He knew if he wanted to work with top skateboarders, he would also have to move to California.
You're an athlete, you started physically training people, stretching them out. Tell me about how you started going down that route. And I know a lot of people know you for your channel with 6.9 million subscribers, but I found your old channel with only 530 subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
Danny Duncan PT.
I remember when those like stretching videos and like injury prevention videos were getting like 5,000 views, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I had the idea to work specifically with skateboarders.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the best niche because they were like killing their bodies and no one was helping them. So I found that niche, worked really well, succeeded. So I moved to LA because every skateboarder goes to LA.
Right.
Kind of like how if you want to be an actor, you go there.
Yeah.
Eventually, he ended up working with a client named Jason Lee, the star of My Name is Earl, a popular TV show. Jason and Danny hit it off, and Jason suggested that Danny should try acting.
So eventually one day he was like, you should try acting. And I was like, why? He's like, I think you'd succeed and I'll help you and whatnot. And I was like, well fuck, okay. And then, so he told me to do YouTube and Instagram to build a following. He said, if you have a following on YouTube and Instagram, when you go to an audition, it's easier to get like the acting gig.
From this point forward, Danny decided that he wanted to start a new channel just called Danny Duncan that he created in March of 2014, where he found his content as somebody who would make public pranks and vlogs.
Oh, it's so hot.
These videos look like all fun and games, but Danny Duncan's personal life was much darker than we could ever imagine. When he moved to California to continue to work with skateboarders, most of the time he had nowhere to stay and no money. He explains he would sleep on trains or couch surf or try and stay with the few friends that he had just to pursue his career. He had nothing to lose but everything to gain.
So you bought all this land here in your hometown, but take me through many years ago when you were growing up here, your mom bartending, trying to make ends meet, raising you, your sister. How did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up with my mom and my sister. She did that. She was an alcoholic, so her and her husband were both alcoholics, so we experienced that a lot. That kind of sucked. But I think that was where most of my motivation really came from, was that trying to always... Man, that's a tough one right now.
But going through the struggle is what made Danny Duncan so special. He now has over 7 million subscribers and almost 2 billion total channel views. Danny's followers would do just about anything for him. Although it seems Danny is rich and very successful, the majority of his videos have copyright music and activities that YouTube does not want to promote. Therefore, he makes almost nothing from YouTube.
I mean, there's just like,
Yeah, this is a video that has 1.8 million views.
I just posted that, yeah.
It's demonetized because I think you have a Passion Pit song in there, if I remember watching
There's
it.
multiple songs.
Multiple
Yeah.
songs. Insane Snowboarding has 2.4 million views demonetized because of song copyright, it looks like.
Yeah.
GTA in real life. Wow, I'm looking at your past 10 uploads. 2 of them have the green monetization
Wait, let me
sign,
see
which
that.
means they're
Which ones?
monetized. But it is amazing to see this and then go through your past 10 videos and 8 of them are demonetized and a lot of them have copyright music. So it looks like you could be making a lot more money, but it seems like we talked about, like, you want to make the video as good as possible, even if it means putting music that maybe has nostalgic value.
Yeah, I like nostalgic a lot.
Yeah.
Nostalgic songs are sick. I also feel like what I was saying, when you try to monetize, you're kind of on a leash a little more. So I think if you just use them, when I use the music and do what I want, it's like, I feel like it's less worry.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, a video got hit with age restriction. Oh, video's demonetized, and you're like bummed about it. It's annoying. I found that if you have a goal, you might not reach it. But if you don't have a goal, then you'll never be disappointed. And I got to tell you, it feels phenomenal.
So you might be asking, how does he possibly have all of these cool things in his videos? And the answer is his merchandise, whether it be shirts or hoodies or any other product that Danny Duncan has. His merch is in Spencer's, Zoomies, and other retail stores, which has allowed him to gross over $150 million in sales.
I think I started selling merch at 500K. Merch was the game changer. I mean, that changed everything for me.
Speaking of merch, you've made over $150 million gross selling your products to your fans. I mean, that is one of the highest numbers of anyone in the creator game. I feel like not enough people talk about it or give you credit for it. How much did you sell these for?
Shirts are 30, hoodies are 50.
Wow. Over 1 million people have bought.
Millions.
Millions. In other words, you weren't one of these creators who waited until you were huge and launched a merch line.
I launched my merch at about 500K, and I did a week campaign, and I made like 12 grand. I was like, dude, no way. I was trying to make 2 grand to get my down payment for an apartment.
Wow.
Yeah, this was a while back, and I was like, this is crazy. And then I did it again like a couple weeks later and made like 15 grand.
Wow.
Then I did it again, and like another week later, I made like 10. I was like, okay, this is...
Danny has said because his fans have helped him so much, he will never promote any random companies, no matter how much money, or sabotage his relationship with his fans, as they have helped him get where he wants to be, even though YouTube hasn't. This has also caused him not to switch up his content as much, as the majority of most creators do change to make brands happy or to follow guideline changes. And his content from 6 years ago to now is still very similar. Don't get me wrong, he's made improvements, but the ideas and concepts are still just a dude that wants to have fun with his friends and do things most guys I could imagine would want to do. For example, crashing cars into each other or shooting guns from a helicopter. Although he does some very out-of-pocket activities, he is still a very genuine individual, making sure he does not cross too many lines. His goal is not to be extremely famous or to exploit people to make money. Danny actually has a quote that he loves. It goes something like, "There is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme unless somebody is getting fucked over." He just wants to entertain people by doing the things that he enjoys and to support his family, and ultimately end up being as successful and influential as possible. When Hurricane Ian hit Florida, Danny was out there making sure he could do what he needed for his hometown of Englewood.
Hurricane just hit Florida pretty bad. It wasn't supposed to hit Englewood. Everyone in my family's like, nah, don't worry about it, you're good, you know, because I was in LA for work. And then last minute, it just turns, hits Englewood directly, just fucked Englewood up. No one was replying, so we just booked the quickest flight we could. No, my dad owns the National Guard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh my God, thank you.
There were numerous videos and articles written about him trying to help out the people of his hometown. So when you take a surface level look at Danny Duncan, it is easy to see some punk kid who just wants to destroy things and doesn't care about anybody but himself. But as you take a deeper look, you'll see there's another side to this story. Danny also has become an extremely smart businessman who has a ton of investments.
How did you make your 8 to 10 million in the last year if you had to draw it in a pie chart?
It's gonna be an easy chart, man.
Yeah.
Say YouTube right here, ballparking here.
So YouTube AdSense,
Yeah.
5%.
Maybe brand deals here.
What is this like percentage-wise in terms of brand deals? Maybe 15% if I had a
Yeah,
ballpark?
you could say that.
So 50% of your money comes from brand
Or
deals?
10 maybe.
Yep. Virginity Rocks and all the different brands you have under that.
Yeah, man. This is nice. If you want a t-shirt though, you can just ask.
Danny is a part of several other small businesses, so although it seems like some teenager who just wants to have fun, he's actually 30 years old and a very successful businessman. But he still enjoys making YouTube content and wants to be able to enjoy the rest of his life without having to ever work again or fuck anybody over in the process. Danny really does have a unique career. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of my other videos right here and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching.